Hello, my friends and my students. My name is Jignesh H. Rana. I am working as an assistant professor in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, which is situated in Navsari. Our college is also affiliated to Gujarat Technological University, Gaindhinagar, Gujarat. Today we have discussed about the examples of mechanisms and machine. I had already 6 video lecture based on introduction of mechanisms and machine, and today we also solve the problems of mechanism. So start the video and start the problems. So problem number 1 is a crank and slotted lever mechanism used in a shaper has a center distance of 300 mm between the center of oscillation of the slotted lever and the center of rotation of the crank. The radius of the crank is 120 mm. Find the ratio of time of cutting to the return stroke. So this is the first problems based on crank and slotted lever mechanism. So we saw in that what first already here draw the figure crank and slotted lever mechanism. C is the center of the crank, A is the center of the oscillation, and data is given AC. What is AC? AC is fixed length. Okay, the distance between the center of oscillation of slotted lever and the center of rotation of the crank. This AC is given 300 mm. Then next crank radius. So C is the center of the rotation of the crank, and B1, CP1 is the radius of the crank. Okay. So now first of all, what is the main function of a crank and slotted lever mechanism? Okay, so we have already studied in video lectures theory. The crank and slotted lever mechanism is a quick return motion mechanism. Why is quick return motion mechanism? Here that when your crank performs from CB1 to CB2 in clockwise direction, when your crank rotate in a clockwise direction from CB1 to CB2, it performs a cutting stroke, forward stroke, and this angle has more than the alpha. So this angle is known as beta. Okay, it means it takes a more time to cutting strokes. Okay, now when your crank moves from CB2 to CB1, CB2 to CB1, your tools moves in return direction. It means performs a return strokes. Here, the timing of return stroke is very less than the forward cutting strokes. That's why name is quick return motion mechanism. Okay. So now we start the example. First of all, AC is the fixed length 300 mm. CB1 is the crank radius 120 mm. AB1 is the slotted lever. Now step 1. So first of all, what to find out is to find the ratio of time. Find the ratio of time of cutting to the return stroke. That is the most important. So first of all, step 1, calculate angle alpha for the mechanism. So figure shows the two extreme position of crank. Consider triangle CB1A. There are two most extreme positions. First one is consider triangle CB1A. Okay. This angle makes a 90-degree angle. This alpha, this makes angle half angle alpha by 2, and this angle 90 minus alpha by 2. Very simple. It's a mathematical rule. Now we are going to also sine rule. Sine 90 minus alpha by 2. We have to find out this one angle. Sine 90 minus alpha by 2 is equal to opposite side CB1 and adjacent AC. CB1 upon AC. Now CB1 is equal to 120 and AC is equal to 300. So it means its answer is 0.4. Now we put in this equation. Now sine inverse force is equal to 23.5718 is the sine inverse 0.4. 90 minus 23.5718. So your answer is 66.42. 66.42 degree. Okay, alpha by 2. So now main answer is 132.8444 degree. First we find out the alpha. Okay, it means we find out the angle alpha. Now steps 2. Calculate the time ratio. Time of cutting stroke. This is a forward stroke, cutting stroke. And this is a return stroke. Cutting stroke taking time more than the return stroke, and return stroke taking lesser time compared to cutting stroke. That's why name is quick return motion mechanism. So now this angle beta, but we can say that 360 minus alpha. Total angle 360, and this beta is equal to 360 degree minus alpha. Okay, upon time of return stroke angle alpha. Okay, so now put this value in this equation, 360 minus alpha. So 360 132.84 degree. So now we calculate in the calculator. So 227.156 upon 132.844. That is your answer. Your answer is 1.17. This is our answer. So this type of question already asked in GTU exams in 6 marks, 4 marks, 7 marks, 4 marks. Okay, so it's a simple problem, very easy problem. Nothing is very hard. Okay, so again I will explain simply. So first of all, what is given? The AC is given. It means the center of oscillation. A point is center of oscillation and C point center of rotation of the crank. The distance is given 300 mm and the crank radius is CV1 is given. How much? 120 mm. Okay. Then find out the angle, the time of return stroke. Time of return stroke alpha. Equation use sine angle. So sine 90 minus alpha by 2 sigma upon AC 0.4. Then put this value in a simple and solve that is exam problems. Alpha by 2. Alpha is equal to 184.4 degree. Okay. Then step 2, calculate time ratio. 360 minus alpha upon alpha. And the ratio of time ratio is 1.71. Thank you. Okay. Now next problem is second problem. Again there is a simple quick return mechanism. Now problem is that a simple quick return mechanism is shown in figure. The forward to return stroke ratio of the mechanism is 2:1, and if the radius of the crank O1P is 125 mm, then what will be the distance d in mm between the crank center to lever point center point? Okay, again very easy problem, same as again we first problem solved. Simple return mechanism shown in figure. Already figure is drawn. Already figure is given. The forward to return stroke ratio mechanism is 2:1. यानी कि हमें टाइम ऑफ फॉर कटिंग स्ट्रोक टू द टाइम फॉर रिटर्न स्ट्रोक का वैल्यू हमको दे चुकी है. If the radius of the crank O1P is 125 is given, then what will be the distance t between the crank center to the center of the oscillation point 2? Okay, so now first of all, what is the data is given? So O1P crank radius 125 mm given, and the time for forward to return stroke or time for cutting stroke to return stroke is 2:1. Okay, so now we have to find out the d distance, center of oscillation to the center of the crank rotation. Okay, this is the find out. Now first, what is the step 1? Calculate the angle for the mechanism, because here the time ratio is given, so that's why we find out the alpha. That's why we find out the alpha, total angle. Okay, so 360 minus alpha upon alpha by alpha. And the time ratio is given 2:1. It means here 2. So we solve the problem twice alpha, 360 degree minus alpha. So twice alpha minus alpha. So alpha is equal to 360 plus 3 alpha. So answer is alpha is 120 degree is your answer. Now step 2. What is the step 2? The calculate distance D, the center of lever point to the center of the crank center. Okay. So consider triangle O1, O2, P. Two extreme position O1, P, Q. Okay. O1, P, Q. So first we have to find out the alpha by 2. Okay. So sine 90 degree minus alpha by 2. O1, P. Sine rule, front opposite sides upon adjacent, O1P or front sides, sine O1P upon O1O2. Okay, so O1P is given 120 mm, O1O2 is what? Is the center distance D, and alpha is already found at 120 degree. So put this value in this equation, sine 90 minus 60. Put D. Okay, so 125 sine 30. Now sine 30 is what is your sine 30? Is a 0.5. So what will be the answer of the, so 125 upon 0.5, so 250 unit is mm. Okay, so we find out the center distance of crank center to the lever point, center point. So answer is 250 mm. Okay, now next problem, again we start. Now we move on number 3. Examples, a double parallelogram mechanism is shown in figure. Note that PQ is a single link, find out the mobility of the mechanism. This is a very simplest example but confusing problem. Normally students have considered the PQ is a double link, but here already given in the data, note that PQ is a single link and this is a double parallelogram mechanism. Okay, so first of all shown in the figure, okay, this is the double parallelogram mechanism. Okay, and PQ link is a single link, not a double link. PQ is a single link. Okay, so first of all, what we have to find mobility of the mechanism. What is mobility of the mechanism? Okay, it means degree of freedom. Okay, degree of the freedom. We have already studied in the theory of mobility of mechanism. If you don't know what is the mobility of mechanism, so please refer this theory. Then after you study this problems. Okay, so degree of freedom, it means number of degree of freedom using Kurzbase criterion. Again, Kurzbase criterion is already studied in theory. Okay, video in lecture. Please refer this again. Mobility mechanism and Kurzbase criterion. Both the theory is in same video. Consider in same video. Okay. So now first, what is step number 1? The number of binary links. How many links is in the mechanism? So number 1 is a fixed link. Number 2, number 3, not PQ is a single link. So 3, and this 4 link and 5 links. So numbers of links is 5. Now step 2, calculate the number of degree of freedom using the Kurzbase criterion. Okay, that is the most fundamental equation to find out the degree of the freedom. So first, numbers of links L 5, number of joints or hierarchy J is equal to 6. How 6 here first, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5, and it is a number 6. But many students consider as a ternary joint. It is not a ternary joint. It's not a ternary joint because the PQ is a single link. PQ is the single link. Okay, that is not a ternary joint. If you consider ternary joint, if or in exam in problem it is given ternary joint that equivalent to two binary joints. At that time the number of joint is 7. At that time number of joint is 7. But when the given is that the PQ is a double link. So that's why we are consider number of links is 7, number of links is 6 and number of joint is 7. Okay, but here given PQ is single links, that's why you are single joints. Okay, so number of joints is J is equal to 6. Number of five pair is 0. Okay, now according to Kurzweil's criterion, this is a fundamental equation to find out degree of freedom. F is equal to 3 into L minus 1 minus 2 is J minus H. Okay, now put one by one, put this value 3 into 5 minus 1, 2 into 6 minus 0. So 5 minus 1, 4, so it's a 12 and 0. So here degree of freedom is 0. So number of degree of freedom is 0. As the degree of freedom is 0, so this mechanism forms a structure. Structure means there is a no relative motion between the links. There is a no relative motion between the links. Okay, the very simple problem in GTU asking a 4 marks problem. 4 marks problem. 4 marks. Okay, so again double parallelogram mechanism. PQ is the single link. Most confusing part of this problem. PQ is single link. Okay, so number of links is 5. Many students consider number of links 6. Wrong. Numbers of links are 5 because already seen that the PQ is a single link. Step number 2, calculate the degree of freedom with no mobility of the mechanism using Kurzweil's criterion. Again, most important theory, movement mechanism and Kurzweil's criterion. If you don't know about this theory, please refer to my video. Numbers of links L is equal to 5. Numbers of joint. Again, second confusing part is joints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. But many students consider as a ternary joint. Ternary joint is equivalent to two binary joints. But this ternary joint consider where the PQ link is a double link. But here single link, that's why we are considering only one joint. J is equal to 6. Then put this value and the degree of freedom is 0. Okay. What is 0? So as the degree of freedom is 0, so this mechanism forms a structure. It means there is no relative motion between these links. It is known as the structure. Okay. Thank you. Today we discussed 3 problems. Rankin's total lever mechanism 2 problems and 1 problem is the Kurzweil's criterion. Okay. I hope you getting well. And please refer my theory and also my videos. Please like and my videos share. Okay, stay home and stay safe. Thank you.